Allies agreed to 8.3% increase in defense cost-sharing deal. Korea and the United States finalized the 12 Special Measures Agreement (SMA), which will determine Seoul's share of the cost for the upkeep of American troops stationed in the country from 2026 to 2030, the Foreign Ministry announced Friday. The deal, which concluded on Wednesday, will increase Korea's first-year contribution by 8.3% in 2026, with subsequent annual increases linked to inflation rather than defense budget growth. The New Deal reverted to a system based on the Consumer Price Index, CPI, which was used in earlier SMAs. Under the 12th SMA, Korea's contribution for 2026 will start at 1.5 trillion won, with the subsequent increase for 2027 through 2030 tied to the CPI from 2 years prior. If inflation remains around 2%, the total contribution for 2030 is expected to reach 1.6 trillion won, representing a 17.2% increase from 2026, with an average annual increase of 3.2%, about half of the 6.2% under the previous agreement. The switch from the defense budget growth rate to the CPI as the benchmark for annual increase, alongside the reintroduction of a cap, was a significant achievement, said Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lee on Friday. The previous agreement, signed in 2021 under the previous Moon administration, linked Korea's annual increase in contribution to the defense budget, resulting in sharp increase. The total contributions grew from 1 trillion won in 2020 to 1.4 trillion won in 2025, with an average annual increase of 6.2%. However, the structure faced criticism for placing an excessive financial burden on Seoul, as contributions rose in tandem with the defense spending. Had the defense budget growth rate remained the benchmark, Korea's contributions could have risen to 1.8 trillion won by 2030, based on the average defense budget growth rate at 5% over the past decade. To prevent such sharp increases, a 5% annual cap was reintroduced in the new SMA. This cap limits the overall rise in contribution and protects against unexpected economic conditions that could lead to sharp increase, the ministry said. The new agreement also included reforms such as eliminating the use of Korea's defense as a contribution for the maintenance of U.S. military assets stationed outside the Korean peninsula.